Good morning. How are you? This is Marianne Grant, Life in Harmony podcast. Today is the first day of your life. It's important. What are you going to do with it? Remember, I talked about cleaning up any of that residue that you left behind yesterday, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually. If you're down and out and angry and depressed, you're the only one that made the mess. You're the only one that can clean it up. Yesterday is gone and we are not promised tomorrow. Okay, I want to go over that wonderful list of all the things that control us throughout the day. Sarcasm. Sarcasm is anger, emotions, bad attitude, enabling, people-pleasing, not able to say no, drugs, alcohol, pills, relationships, sex, lust, love, anger, rage, porn, controlling everybody around you but yourself, distractions everywhere. Then you have nothing but excuses. Gambling, work, working out, food addiction, binge TV, phone, podcast, news, caffeine, surgeries, pain, never having enough, being in a relationship with a man or a woman, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually abusing one another. Or you may want to add to the list. Okay, today I want to talk about removing people who are not good for you without emotions and feeling bad. Just the right thing to do for yourself and everyone. You're doing them a favor and you're doing you a favor. I'm working with somebody right now that hasn't been touched in 15 years. Everything is completely empty. There's nothing to bring back. It's done. The relationship is done, and he's going through all these different emotions, and where the woman always brings him in when something tragic happens. He feels bad. It's like a sense of duty, and not feeling bad about, for the first time in his life, wanting something more. This is really hard for people to do. Getting selfish for yourself. One of the things I did, I raised my kids with Joe, good and bad. And I knew when they were older that like I said, if he wasn't going to stay right, I was leaving. And I did. There's no right or wrong time. The kids do suffer really profusely when they're in a relationship, watching you destroy one another, fight all the time, not hold one another. They learn all that behavior and then they end up repeating it. I just want you to know, they don't hear words you say. They watch everything you do. So if you're causing a lot of damage with destroying one another, and it's not good, you need to work on something to where you remove each other and find a better way. Or get some help and learn how to live together kind of separately, but not destroying one another in front of your children. So you have to look at what's the best thing for you. There's no right or wrong. It's a very hard thing to do. And everybody's losing. It's a lose-lose for everybody, and nobody is going to come out good for the situation. So if there's something really destroying you and you're going nowhere fast, I want you to know it progressively gets worse. So if you want to make the stand today and start the process and do a good game plan, and remember, balance, not too much of anything, our kids, our partner, our play, our work. When we stay balanced, it's life in harmony. When we abuse ourselves, everyone we love is infected by it. You cheat yourself and everyone around you. The level of love and respect that you give yourself, that is the level of love and respect you will get in return. Remember, the goal for all of us truly is life in harmony. Our thinking can make or break us. That is why we have to check our thinking and attitude all day long. It has to be as natural as going to the bathroom, or else your head gets backed out. Remember, if you have an attitude, being in the highest possible state of happiness, good humor, and contentment with the way things are. This, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, behind every breakdown, there's a breakthrough around the corner. People say, I want to help be a part of taking care of the world. Here's the good news. If you truly take care of yourself, all day and be a living example. That is taking care of the world. We all have gifts. We all have work to do. That is the true meaning of taking care of the world. Doing your part, no exceptions. The answers lie with each and every one of us. Hey, you manipulators, smooth talkers, narcissisms, your words mean nothing, and your actions say everything. I'm going to read a beautiful saying by Michael Singer. Spirituality begins when you decide you will never stop trying. Spirituality is the commitment to go beyond no matter what it takes. It's an infinite journey based upon going beyond yourself every minute of every day for the rest of your life. If you're truly going beyond, you're always at your limits. You're never back in the comfort zone. A spiritual being feels as though they're always against the edge and they're constantly being pushed through it. One should view their spiritual work as learning to live life without stress, problems, fear, or melodrama. This path of using life to evolve, spirituality is truly the highest path. Trust the process. The spiritual journey is one of constant transformation. To grow, you must give up the struggle to remain the same and learn to embrace change. Discipline is freedom. The undisciplined mind is like an elephant. If left to blunder out of control, it will wreak havoc. Confront the difficult while it's still easy. Accomplish the great tasks by a series of small acts. You must go through the darkest night in order to get to the infinite light. What we call darkness is really the blockage of light. Eventually, you realize that you cannot actually hurt yourself if you go beyond your psychological limits. If you're willing to just stand at the edge and keep walking, you will go beyond. You used to pull back when it got uncomfortable. Go beyond where you were a minute ago by handling what's happening now. Imagine the peace that you could experience if you weren't constantly creating and defending your false self. Michael Singer. Okay, I'm going to read a little part from Discipline Equals Freedom by Jocko Willink. Again, I like to read from different books so you know. So I know that what I feel is true, and hearing it from another voice, I absolutely love. He dedicated this book to Mark Lee, Mike Manser, and Brian Job. They died for us for our freedom, and I'm here to tell you we can be all warriors in our day and enjoy the freedom that we have to be who we are. And today's message is, I feel fine. During SEAL training, there's a lot of scuba diving. Scuba diving has inherent dangers. Scuba diving at night with equipment over long distances in and around harbors, ships, and other man-made obstacles only increases those dangers. In the event of an emergency, we are trained to follow procedures, to proceed to the surface of the water in a certain way, to inflate our life jackets in a certain way, to signal for help in a certain way. And when you come to the surface, after having some kind of diving-related emergency, a medic or diving medic officer will ask you how you are feeling. Only one response is acceptable. I feel fine. The roots of this statement come from the fact that a diver on the surface may have suffered from a diving emergency, which means they might have suffered some level of neurological damage. A quick way to check for immediate signs of this are 1, seeing if they remember to give the proper response, and 2, seeing if they have the physiological ability and fine motor control to properly and initiate the F's, which take more effort than many other letters. So it really didn't matter how you actually felt. You could be freezing cold, exhausted, dehydrated, confused, mentally broken, but there was still only one answer to the question, how do you feel? And that response was, I feel fine. I don't know when this procedure started in the SEAL teams, but I know it was in place long before I arrived. I also know this. The answer, I feel fine, eventually morphed into a response for any time you got asked for how you're feeling, regardless of how you actually felt. Tired, worn down, starving, blistered, chafed, hungry. None of that matters. The response would still be, I feel fine. And you know what? When you said those words, you started to believe them. And when other people, and people in the same state as you, would hear you speak those words, they would think, well, I know what he's been through, but he still has a good attitude. I guess I can too. So don't let yourself get down. Don't admit it to yourself. Don't admit it to your friends. Instead, tell them in yourself the only proper response: I feel fine. I love this. My dad taught me there's a time and place for everything, and he's right. And I do agree with Jocko Willink. And there's certain things in the public with people that there's a certain behavior, but there's a safe place to go home and cry. There's a safe place to go and feel your emotions. You can go in your car, you can MF, you can scream, you yell. Remember I talked about you only give anything, anybody, any situation 5 minutes. You don't give them your whole day. It's just nobody, no thing is worth that. And I do agree with Jocko Willink. But I do believe we have to feel, and that's a good thing. We're not numbing ourselves through drugs, alcohol, pills, sex, food. So that's a good thing that we're feeling, because when we're numbing ourselves, we don't feel shit. We don't give a shit. So thank God we're feeling. That's a good thing. That's a positive thing. So today, when you're out, people don't want to hear your drama. People don't want to hear your bullshit. You need to I have my certain people, or you have a counselor, or you have a best friend to vent with, but you don't need to do it to the world. You don't need to do it at work. You don't need to do it. It's just people don't want to hear it. They have their own shit to deal with. They need to be lifted. They need to be positive. They need to get through the day just like you need to get through the day. And this drama, and that's why it's important that what you watch and limit yourself with the news, limit yourself on your phone, limit yourself with all the negativity. It's very, very scary because what you're doing is you're pulling from your energy. So today, I want you to shut down anything you're watching that's negative. Shut down anything that's pulling from your energy. And when you're really feeling like shit, don't feed it. 5 minutes, MF it in your head. With a friend, write it down, put it on paper, but don't give it any more power than 5 minutes, and then carry on with your day. And remember, work on one thing at a time. Eventually, it will be a way of life. Don't do too much of anything. Balance is most important. I am clean and clear of all diseases and negative thoughts. What's controlling you? I accept today where I am powerless. I have control where I have choices. I will reach out for help and use my tools today. I accept today and understand the only person I can change or regulate is myself. I will take time to hug and kiss the loved ones around me. I will show my partner today how much he or she is appreciated, needed, and loved. I will speak up for myself today. Be true to ourselves. The answers lie in each and every one of us. Everything we do is a practice and a discipline to master what we want. I will take charge of my life today and realize I'm in charge of all my decisions. I will know when it's time to bow out and let go and trust the process. I will set realistic goals for myself. I will get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I will set healthy boundaries around myself today. I will not allow anybody to speak to me with disrespect. I will make a conscious effort to eat healthy meals. I will take my vitamins, food supplements today. I will drink 6 to 8 glasses of water today. I will be good to myself today. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. I will talk with someone I trust and respect and be honest with them. Accountability is key. We always lie to ourselves. We cannot do it alone. I will trust and reach out to my higher power today. I will accept and say thank you for everything that happens to me today, good or bad. I will not do anything to cause harm to myself or others today. I'm willing to change today. I will exercise today. I will pray for the well-being of myself and others today. I will write a list of all the things I want in a partner. If I become it, I will attract it. Discipline is freedom. Do 2 things a day that you don't want to do to have a successful day. My 2 things are always getting up early, doing my podcast, working out, and keeping my food clean. We can all heal together one day at a time. It is a decision from our head to our heart. You can reach me at createyourspirit@gmail.com. Leave your number. I'll go over my workshops. If you want to learn about my services, lifeandharmonyonline.com. Leave your number. I'll go over my services. Remember, I'm doing the podcast Monday through Friday. Hit that colorful round button that says subscribe. Share it with everybody that you love and respect. Please start with podcast number 1, number 2, number 3. There's order into receiving this information. In 30 days, you're going to say, wow, in 1 year, you will not recognize yourself. And remember, I want you to have an admirable day today. And thank you for listening.